earlier today for the SUPA crew, and they didn't choose to go with it.
I think Copenhagen Wolves just wants to make sure that SUPA crew don't want to fall back on this Pantheon, because they have been losing games, and if they pick up the Pantheon, they kind of see again how good it is, and we know how strong Impaler have been on it before.
But was it not Amzing that was using the Nocturne to counter it so well?
It's actually a very valid point. I think maybe they're just trying to put Impaler onto something like a Kha'Zix again, because they feel they can deal with it.
We'll see how it works out. Caitlyn was taken away, which means I think we may say a Lucian first pick here for MrRalleZ, taking it away from Forgiven. It is his #1 champion of choice. Jax was also banned out from Mimer.
And we have Elise open as well. We saw last game how strong she is. It is going to be the Lucian as you predicted, simply to force Forgiven onto like a Jinx and Ezreal, something different. It did mean, however, Lulu was left open, and with Lulu here for Copenhagen Wolves, we have seen how good cowTard is, pushing out the lane, then roaming, helping out everyone else.
Well, of course, that does also mean the Ziggs is open if they want to go with that, the Gragas, whatever they want to counter it with. Maybe the Nidalee, we've seen a lot of Nidalees lately. Amazing currently waiting on that Lulu. It's actually, it was Alex Sitch we were talking to, wasn't it, about the Lulu pick? Was it Alex? It was someone this morning. I can't think who it was that was talking about the advantage of the Lulu over the Kayle.
Yeah, that was Froggen with the ultimate difference, where with the Lulu ultimate you can also knock up people, where the Kayle ultimate you just affect one person. Obviously you deny all the damage with Kayle ultimate, where with Lulu you just increase the HP. But then again, you knock up people, you practically provide a slow with it, and also you have the shield. And you have the kiting potential, the disengage, and you have the very good laning phase. So Lulu, for pretty much every team in Europe, is a top pick.
Trundle also locked in there for YoungBuck. He's been favouring that champion over the last 3 or 4 weeks now. Lee Sin possibly being hovered on for Impaler. This will be an interesting one. We've not seen him on those high mechanical skill champions for a very long time.
It feels a very risky pick actually for Impaler. Obviously they want to take it to make sure Amzing isn't playing Lee Sin, but Elise is still open. So why he's just gonna log in the Elise, be happy with that, and for Copenhagen Wolves, the fact they can also pick up the Trundle with both Jax gone and Renekton is very good for him, because he's gonna be one of the strongest top laners left.
Impaler's having a lot of discussions here. I think he's saying, I don't really want this, guys. You're not gonna force me onto it. Gragas maybe being switched for Moopz. Moopz is being comfortable on that champion. And as you mentioned, the fact that Elise is out there, Amazing's got a number of options available to him. They are maybe gonna go towards that Leona for migxa instead.
So they decide with the Leona very early on. They haven't even seen the AD carry or the support for Copenhagen Wolves side, so it seems to be more of a, we don't want to pick the jungler yet, we want to be able to maybe counter the other jungler. That's why we have to lock in the support. And Gragas, I like this one for Moopz though, because he has been a very good Gragas player, and he's now falling back to it. We saw him play Karthus, Orianna, not with too much success, so I like the fact he actually falls back to something that worked early on.
So what do we make of this? They went with Leona when Annie is available.
Yeah, it simply means, well, maybe they want to actually force Copenhagen Wolves to not pick the Annie, because Leona is fairly decent. It's fairly decent against Annie. At level 6 you can set up some very easy ganks, you're very tanky, so it's hard for Annie to actually kill you. But before level 6 you need to be careful. A lot of poke from Annie at least.
We'll see how it goes with them. Morgana has been a favourite as well for a number of these teams. Not so much for Unlimited though, but we are seeing it hovered over so far, and it may well get locked in.
And of course, with Morgana support, Leona being picked, the direct counter is Morgana. It simply also means Forgiven can take Jinx. Without any mobility, it's very risky against something like Leona, but with the Black Shield, he will be staying safe as long as Unlimited pops it onto him when the engage actually starts.
The Black Shield and the Wild Growth as a lot of support once you get those team fights going. Now, this is an interesting choice. Shyvana has been open a lot during the day, and we haven't seen a great deal of it, but up against a Trundle, it's not a bad pick.
Definitely not a bad pick. Both of them will do fairly well also going later into the game. Trundle does have the advantage though, that when we have the ultimate pop from Shyvana, she gets some extra armor and magic resist. It can be stolen away by Trundle. So that is an issue in the direct 1v1. Teamfight wise, the pillar from Trundle provides some CC, where Shyvana, she doesn't have any CC to bring. That's what Kevin actually talked about earlier, was the issue, but she's a very good pick. She will have a lot of damage early on also in the lane against this Trundle.
Waiting to see whether Evelyn does get locked in. It is going to be the choice for Impaler. That makes more sense to me. Of course, it leaves Amazing with the potential of Lee Sin or Elise, as you say, but we've seen some of those crazy kicks. But for Impaler, that makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense, but combo-wise, when you already have seen the Lulu mid and the Morgana support, having this engage combo with Leona Evelynn coming in, popping down all the CC that they have now, the slow from Evelynn of course, and the stuns from Leona, it's completely countered by Morgana, and also by the fact that Lulu can pop the ultimate onto someone like Forgiven, make sure it survives, and he can just start killing people.
Or if you just run in, you're just going to get kicked straight away by Amzing. It's like, what are you doing here? Go away.
You're more or less just going to die also because Jinx scaling into the late game will have so much damage. We know Forgiven, he loves to build like full damage items, and as long as he is staying safe in the backline, he will just deal out so much damage. And you also have the Trundle you need to deal with, because he will run to your AD carry, he will take the stats away from Shyvana and make it very hard for her to actually stay alive against this Jinx. So I feel like Copenhagen Wolves are winning out on this champ select, as long as of course they manage to do well early on.
And of course, both teams are hunting for that victory. Super Hot Crew, they want their first victory of Super Week. It has not been a good week for them at all. The last few days have been a bit torrid for them. The Copenhagen Wolves, they want to get back on the horse. They had a 5-game win streak rolling up that league, but since then, well, Alliance have caught them up. It's been a torrid time, a bit of a shaky middle ground for both of these teams.
Yeah, very, and that's also why you really want to win this game, so you can get ahead of the other team and make sure you go towards this top 4, which really is the place you want to be. Top 4, make sure you're in the playoffs and can really play for the good spots.
And sure enough, we could be looking at a lot of ties in the standings when we see this game concluded. According to the votes, though, the majority of you fans out there have picked the Copenhagen Wolves over Super Hot Crew with a 68% of the vote.
And looking at the champ select, I have to agree. Also looking at the current form, I think Copenhagen Wolves, despite them losing some games, are still a very strong team at the moment. Super Hot Crew, though, we have seen them in the past where they come in, they surprise, have a very good early game, get the kills they want, and then just take it from there, win the team fights, and just close out the game very fast.
We'll see how it works out, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final game of Super Week about to get underway. It is the Super Hot Crew facing off against the Copenhagen Wolves. A battle of the mid-table it is so far, because, well, Super Hot Crew, they've got themselves a good streak. They were 4-1 before coming into Super Week, I believe, but it's been a horrible, horrible week for them. The Copenhagen Wolves, they want to get them wins back rolling, because, unfortunately for them, the likes of Alliance, the likes of Fnatic have been winning in the Super Week, and that's actually mixed up the standings. Everybody in that mid-table is really grasping for victories.
But let's try to see then, if Copenhagen Wolves early on, they have the binding from Morgana to set something up. They also can check bushes with the Sonic Wave from Lee Sin, just like we saw here. So they have a fairly decent level 1, but expect them to just more or less go standard. And when it comes down to the lanes, we need to see if Impaler, he wants to focus on getting MrRalleZ going, if he wants to get Mimer head up in the top lane so he can win the 1v1 and push Trundle away, or what he's actually deciding to do with this Evelynn early on.
As it stands, both teams are just throwing a couple of skill shots at one another. Not a great deal landing, nobody going too aggressive. YoungBuck's going to walk in. Mimer's actually missing the twin bite there. That doesn't quite land it onto YoungBuck, despite the fact he was point blank.
Point blank, but both top laners, obviously they know they're here. Standard level 1, not too much. We need to see though with the bot lanes, Forgiven and Unlimited, they always love to push up bot lane very hard early on. They love to just be very aggressive. If there's no response for Leona and MrRalleZ, they will be pushed down to the turret, and it's going to be hard for them to actually catch up in CS from there.
Was of course Flame Breath, not Twin Bite, that he's taken.
That was the Q, yeah.
Yeah. No, not the Q, it's the E. The Flame Breath.
Oh yeah, I mean like Twin Bite is the Q.
Twin Bite is the Q indeed, yes. Thank you very much for correcting me. Or not, as the case may be. Copenhagen Wolves, look at this. 4 members for the red buff, but it does mean that, of course, it is the Copenhagen Wolves. They're going to be lane swapping.
They always love to lane swap. They always want to try and get an early advantage by swapping without the other team knowing. Obviously, again, with only the trinket wards, it's hard to spot out if someone is lane swapping. So they can come up to this top lane now, try and push down Mimer. Make sure he doesn't get going early.
Is that 3 members? No, they're actually carrying on. So YoungBuck's sticking because he knows he's going to be in that 2v1. He's sticking around. He wants to get that level 2. Well, Mimer, he's being zoned out by Unlimited.
Exactly. YoungBuck, he wants to get some early XP, maybe even go back to base, get an extra potion before he returns down to the bot lane. We actually saw him back off now. He has teleport, so if they were fast pushing, he could just teleport down and get the minions.
Meanwhile, Amzing, of course, had a lot of help in that jungle. It does mean he's coming in pretty fully stacked in that health for the blue buff. He'll be taking that one away, no problems there. Impaler doing the exact same thing. He's going to be on the blue buff. We'll see whether he heads up north to try and help out Mimer, who is all alone against Unlimited and Forgiven.
And we need to see now here, because against Evelynn, a very good counter is always lane swapping, because you force her more or less to either defend the lane or try and dive someone in the other lane. And Evelyn, she's not the best diver. She doesn't have any hard CC to bring. She doesn't have too much damage early on to bring. She needs time to do her damage. Very hard to do on the turrets. So that's could be one of the reasons Copenhagen Wolves decides to lane swap, to simply try and make sure Impaler can't do anything early on.
The problem is Shyvana's not that bad a 2v1er. She's okay. She's going to just sit on that turret, use the burnout, and just keep on running on towards it. Impaler spotting out Amzing here. This is a counter to the counter. They're going to come in around there. Amzing's going to take some damage from Impaler. Will Moopz manage to roll one of those barrels through. The kick does not land, and Amzing's taken very low here. And that's going to be great work from Impaler.
So Amzing wants to go in early on to try and spot out Impaler, maybe take away his waves, or actually fight with him, because Lee Sin is very strong in 1v1. We saw Impaler here, due to the missed Q from Amzing, he actually won out on the fight, but had he landed the Q, Impaler would have dropped fairly low.
YoungBuck's not level 3, and you can see it did a great job for him getting that farm early on. MrRalleZ putting the damage on this turret. He wants to try and punish them for this lane swap. Instead, Impaler's going to find Amzing again. This time the trade may well not be so equal. Amzing fancies it. He lands the kick. He's going to flash for it. It should be down. One more hit. There it is. It's Amzing with first blood. But Mimer's going to counter straight on towards him. Does not land. And Unlimited with the dark binding. They could have turned it around.
He didn't ignite him. He forgot to ignite him. He flashed down, didn't ignite. He would have gotten the kill with the ignite. Instead, he actually backs off and stays safe.
Well, and that's put Mimer in all sorts of trouble on his tower. He can't stand and fight this one. If he gets caught with another one of those dark bindings, forgiven. He's going to throw those chompers out, and Mimer's in all sorts of trouble. He is just going to keep them at bay. There's the dark binding. They're not going to get the chompers down. Not in time for forgiven.
But again, look at Copenhagen Wolves as a team when they lane swap. Amzing. Second time he actually finds Impaler. This time around he takes the 1v1. He actually lands the Sonic Wave and he wins it. And that's simply Copenhagen Wolves knowing exactly where, or at least guessing where the jungler can go. And very good move by them. And with this Gatling gun from Forgiven up here, he can take down this turret very, very fast. Yeah,
shredding it down, doing more damage than the bottom turret, I believe, as well. So he's going to drop this turret first. The lane swap working very well for the Copenhagen Wolves.
It's called minigun, of course, not Gatling gun. That's corky.
Similar type of thing. cowTard got out in the mid lane. Impaler's going to get in towards him. That's going to be a kill for the jungler as well. A good counter.
So cowTard were actually not expecting something to happen from the enemy jungler. Normally in lane swap, the junglers are focusing on the side lanes. This time around though, very good gank. No wards at all to try and spot him out. Very good pick.
And they're actually making sure they don't finish it. There we go, making sure it took down the last minion. They're going to take this wave away. They've got Excite on there. Moopz actually kicked away by Amzing. No, tell a lie, he's going to try and get on there. The belly slam did come in. Amzing fancies this one. Goes in on towards the tower, but has he gone too deep? I'm not too sure. One more tower hit. Oh, bad work, but it's a turret kill. How the hell did Moopz not get a single hit on him?
It was definitely worth it for Amzing, simply because the turret got the kill here, so there was no gold given to Super Hot Crew. Yes, he did lose his double buff, but he picked up a kill for it, so definitely worth it. And meanwhile here in the bot lane, turret is not gone yet, but the rest, or the Copenhagen Wolves bot lane are still pushing up here, so Super Hot Crew will be able to pick it up, unless Amzing can get down there in time.
Yeah, they're not backing off that bottom lane. YoungBuck's still feeling fairly confident at keeping them at bay. He has got that level advantage over this duo pairing, and now Amazing's heading down south to try and help them out. So, Super Hot Crew in some pretty sticky situations early on. cowTard's going to come around here, but he's going to get caught out again. They're really focusing him. They're picking on towards him. And again, Moopz hasn't got that level 6 yet. cowTard turning that fight back around there. He had the help of Amzing coming in. Meanwhile, the bottom turret has gone down. So this is back and forward action. Both the turret apiece, top and bottom.
So basically just trading turrets, but a lot of action onto cowTard.
There's the explosive cast from Moopz, but it doesn't do the damage, and cowTard turns it back around. Lands a good glitter lance. Amzing fancies this one. He's tower died once. Can he do it again?
A lot of action in this mid lane. Impaler, he wants to get Moopz going. He wants to make sure that cowTard is being shut down on this Lulu. But even if he should be shut down early on, Lulu will still provide a lot of utility for the team fights. And with Jinx here, 60 CS already, she will become so strong if she can keep this farm going.
Well, Impaler just doing a little dance there, wasn't able to get in there. Amzing with that ward on the raids, knew exactly where he was. And look at this, the Copenhagen Wolves, they keep on rotating. They're going for the dragon now.
Now, Super Hot Crew are actually in a position to stop this. 4 members or 3 members, MrRalleZ is the only one not there. Impaler, he's spotted out though, so Copenhagen Wolves know there might be a fight.
Explosive cast was used a moment ago, so that's not available. migxa goes in there, hasn't hit level 6. There's going to be the dragon for the Copenhagen Wolves. Impaler's going to go down as well. There's going to be the wild growth. migxa's going to get focused on. Can they finish him off? You're damn right they can. Amzing follows it through, but it was Forgiven that got the kill.
And we just saw the Black Shield in action. migxa actually went onto Amzing. Black Shield was popped onto him. He didn't get stunned, so he could move away from the barrel from Moopz. Wild growth afterwards, he couldn't die, and they actually pick up both Dragon and 2 kills now for Copenhagen Wolves, showing how strong Morgana and Lulu is.
This game is in danger of going completely out of control. The Copenhagen Wolves really are dominating Super Hot Crew right now. Red buff fight, that's what it's all about. I reckon Amzing could take Mimer here, but not with the help of Moopz. He can't. He still wants to get it and gets the smite.
cowTard is coming in from behind here. YoungBuck is also moving in. They might be able to force an ulti for Mimer.
They're going to force him to jump in towards the Baron Pit, and that's exactly what he does. Amzing, ooh, nearly landing that kick on Moopz. Amzing is everywhere right now.
Amzing is just doing work, and also look at the mid lane, 52 CS to 27. Even though cowTard were ganked early on, he still managed to win on CS, and he's simply just bullying Moopz away.
And when Amzing is like this, 100% kill participation so far, by the way. He is involved in everything. The Copenhagen Wolves, they look so much stronger. The blue buff, that's going to be given across to cowTard, who has kind of been a little bit bullied by Moopz and Impaler. They wanted to sit on that lane, but it really hasn't worked out so well.
It didn't pay off for them at all due to him having so much CS. Gragas early on, having a hard time. He needs a few levels before he can really start farming with his barrels. So cowTard, full control of this lane. Amzing now coming towards this mid lane. Can they try something?
They're going straight on towards Moopz. There's going to be cowTard chasing on. They catch the Glitter Lance. Amzing didn't even follow through. They didn't care. They've just bullied him out of the lane. They're going to lose more CS. You can see 62 to 40. He is really falling behind here against cowTard.
cowTard just doing such a good job. Amzing again. The only lane for him actually to gank at the moment, because Mimer already lost his turret, so he's all the way down his own territory. Was actually the mid lane. Bot lane, they're just doing just fine. They need to be careful though, because Impaler is nearby.
Dark Binding. There's no Dark Binding for migxa. It was the Zenith Blade not landing. Dark Binding is going to get thrown out by Unlimited, but not a lot going down. Forgiven going to get focused on. Impaler goes on towards him. There's the Black Shield. He is going to get taken low here. Forgiven's in all sorts of trouble. He's trying to hang this one out. He will survive for a little bit longer. Unlimited's now going to go down. The teleport from YoungBuck. Well, he does get himself 1 kill. Can he net in another? Solar Flare goes down. That's going to stop YoungBuck in his tracks. But look at this. Amzing. He's chasing Moopz down the mid lane. This is a jungler chasing a mid laner. He's landed the kick. He's doing the damage. Moopz is in trouble. He's going down to the jungler.
And Amzing doing work once again. Picks up the kill. And maybe he wants more, because YoungBuck is here. Full HP. They can maybe even dive this one.
They're going to push on towards migxa. They know Impaler is still here, but they don't care. The Solar Flare's already been used. It's migxa they're going to focus on the moment Impaler shows himself. Oh, the Sonic Wave didn't land, and now Amazing's in trouble. He's taking another tower hit, but he gets away with the safeguard. Oh! From downtown, Forgiven uses the rocket straight on the tower. So well played by the Copenhagen Wolves.
And that was actually perfect for them, because he got the red buff, he got a kill onto the Jinx. Yes, okay, we had the missed Sonic Wave from Amzing, but simply meant now Jinx could just take it with a very nice rocket. And if you look at the gank itself, smart move by Impaler though, moving all the way around him. They didn't expect him, so the Black Shield was too late. So he got the slow proc onto Forgiven, and that's why they could pick up the kill.
This game is very un-Copenhagen Wolves-like, but cowTard, he's getting focused on. Here comes Mimer jumping on towards him, but he just flashes away. Explosive cast bounces him back in there. Wild Growth's already been used. Tower hits on towards Moopz there. cowTard just rolls away from that one. He's so confident right now.
And it's again Lulu. You have your ultimate, you have your shields, you have your movement speed. Very hard to kill in lane, especially now with the flash, but it's gone. They actually got something from it. Mimer did have to use ultimate though, but he's just returning to this top lane, actually out-farming YoungBuck at the moment. That's a big wave for him here as well.
Out-farming in the mid lane. Look at cowTard. He is dominating Moopz at 90 CS to 47. Not even remotely close for Moopz right now. Normally you'd see those figures at the start, maybe doubling, tripling there, but as it is, he is really in all sorts of trouble, and Moopz is going to get focused on once again there. He's going to get the Pillar of Ice on towards him. Amzing comes flying in. It's another Sonic Wave.
And Copenhagen Wolves are doing such a good job just punishing Moopz every single time they have the chance. This time YoungBuck and Amzing came in there, picked up another kill, and there's no counterplay for Super Hot Crew.
So, 8 kills have happened, 90% participation rate still for Amzing. Taking the tower damage a little bit too much there, Amzing. They're going to push this middle tower, but I don't think they want to take it down. I think they want this lane phase going longer.
migxa is here though, he actually pops the ultimate down.
Solar Flare on cowTard, the Zenith Blade lands as well as the Shield of Daybreak. That's a good counter kill. Impaler's the one that picks it up.
So Copenhagen Wolves have to be careful, they're not overextending too much, giving up too many free kills to Super Hot Crew, because that's how they can come back in the game. But talking about Amzing, I really thought he had proved that you should ban this champion, Lee Sin against him, because every single time he's playing it, he's just doing work all over the map.
Well, I think people got lulled into a false sense because they saw Diamond running and they were like, oh, okay, actually, Diamond really is very good at this. Look at the balls on this man. He's going straight in against Moopz, the mid laner. Explosive cast going down there. Amazing may well finish this one out. If that Sonic Wave lands in a moment, he's in all sorts of trouble. Oh, Belly Slam didn't land. He's going to finish it up. No! Impaler, you ruined the amazing show.
He didn't have the ultimate ready, so he couldn't finish Moopz. But just like we talked about, Copenhagen Wolves, they can't be too cocky here because they need to be careful they're not doing too much and give too many free kills to Super Hot Crew.
Ready and waiting for that one, Moopz, to making sure he teleports way out of the lane state phase this time around. And they are continuing to push. So, Forgiven, he's got himself a farm advantage over MrRalleZ. The big mid lane, well, it's all cowTard, isn't it? Top lane, that's the only shining light so far. Mimer is out farming YoungBuck, but it's not a great deal. It is a 20 CS gap right now, but that, I feel, will start to tumble.
Yeah, with the Blitz Rune King on the way for Trundle here, he will be very strong in the 1v1s against Mimer. But so far, the top laners, they've just been shoving out the lane, and then they move into the jungle and farm, and then they return back when their wave is coming to the turret. So, haven't actually seen them fight each other. The Dragon is live though. Teleport is not ready for YoungBuck, so he's actually have to run it down here. If Super Hot Crew starts it instantly, he won't be there. They're
going to start it now, but how confident are they? Amazing doesn't land the Sonic Wave this time around. They're going to back away. Actually, they're giving it up.
So very good move by Super Hot Crew, knowing YoungBuck wasn't nearby, instantly starts it. They didn't even think about it, just went straight in, and Copenhagen Wolves didn't want to take the chance. It doesn't mean, however, their blue buff will go down to YoungBuck.
They are certainly one of the teams that do not take chances. YoungBuck himself, though, he may steal this one away. Mimer's going to come around. YoungBuck should finish it off before Moopz gets there. That's a big problem for Moopz.
And it's a very good thing for YoungBuck because we actually see him very low on mana. This means he can just keep pushing the wave now and even fight someone like Mimer. Less cooldown on his Qs. Very good for him. And also making sure Moopz has absolutely no chance of farming.
Now he's in real problems against cowTard. cowTard himself, he's going roaming. He's heading down to the bottom. migxa thinks he's being sneaky, but, well, cowTard's being sneakier. He's heading round. He's got that speed boost. Impaler is there. Dark Binding lands. There's going to be the ultimate for Unlimited. And now we see cowTard coming in. MrRalleZ flashing away from this one. The Glitter Lance doesn't land. They're going to turn it back around. cowTard goes down. Nicely worked there from Impaler. Getting on towards him. Unlimited's going to have to flash away as well. So good counterplay from the Super Hot Crew on the Copenhagen Wolves.
Very good counterplay. Very nice stun from migxa on cowTard when he actually went a little bit too deep. Locked him up, picked up the kill. There was teleport ready onto YoungBuck, but he didn't want to use it because he didn't want to lose his top turret. So actually Copenhagen Wolves giving up more kills to Super Hot Crew.
Oh, he's found Unlimited, but well, as you can see, the rest of the Copenhagen Wolves are there, ready and waiting. And sure as hell, Amazing gets himself another kill.
5 kills onto Lee Sin after 15 minutes. He's so strong. He picked up another double buff now, so if he decides to challenge Moopz, I think he will get it this time.
Well, Mimer's being chased around, has to use that Dragon Descent to get away in that jungle. Wasn't too sure on the positioning of cowTard, who had just respawned, so making sure he's safe. Amazing is just charging around this jungle right now. Nobody can stop him.
Credit to Super Hot Crew though. They pick up the Dragon and they actually take all the kills they can get here because Copenhagen Wolves are being so aggressive. So they're actually trying to claw their way back into the game despite having such a weak early game.
So double buffs for Amazing right now. Super Hot Crew keeping this mid lane safe. cowTard actually had the option to take this tower down a long time ago, but they've kept this lane phase going, which is actually something the Copenhagen Wolves do tend to do. They like the games going long. They like to play safe. This is actually why this game is quite unusual, the fact that it's a 9-6 kill rate 16 minutes in.
Actually, the lane swap again normally means you're going to have a little more slow laning phase because it's hard to set something up. But there's just so much action everywhere. Also with Impaler going into the mid lane, getting the ganks on the cowTard, and then obviously Amazing making plays everywhere on the map. So we've actually seen a lot of action. But Copenhagen Wolves, they love to just keep farming, especially onto the AD carry. And we see it 163 CS onto Forgiven. He's the best farmer we have in Europe.
It means that he's got that static shiv way ahead of MrRalleZ as well. So he has a full item built so far. If they were to duel, then it would only go one way. And you can see he's already been picking up those kills and has been very close to getting a few more with that rocket. Mid lane, that's the focus for the Copenhagen Wolves. You can see they're all pulling in there. Super Hot Crew are close by, but looks like the Wolves will back away. They're starting to play it a little more safer.
A little more safer, slowing it down a little bit. Forgiven is still in this bot lane, actually moving up towards mid now, or maybe even the golems, because he's been having so much time farming, and the Copenhagen Wolves, if they didn't give up all these kills where they tried to kill Super Hot Crew very deep into their own territory, they would actually been way further ahead. Now though, they need to be careful because if an engage comes in for Super Hot Crew and they're not in a position to fight, they will die because Super Crew are actually in a good position with this mid-game combo to get some kills.
Amazing, just picked himself up a Hex Drinker mid lane. We see cowTard getting poke on towards Impaler, who trying to keep himself up this one, which is actually not done a bad job. You know, for all the credit we're giving Amazing, Impaler has got himself 5 kills as well.
Definitely, yeah. He's been doing pretty much what he could do, been counter-ganking, being where he should be, picking up kills onto cowTard mid lane when Moopz really needed the help. So he's very strong as well, but the rest of them, they don't have the kills.
Oh, Explosive Cast goes down and does nothing, it seems. We're going to see migxa going in. Solar Flare on Forgiven does nothing. They turn this one back around. migxa's in trouble. The rocket comes out from Forgiven. Teleport from YoungBuck. And Amazing in trouble. Kicks away. Moopz. Amazing not going to go down because he's got giant Lee Sin now. Throws out that massive Sonic Wave and boots on towards Impaler. The Copenhagen Wolves are going to kite backwards. Mimer's coming round, but the zap lands on him from Forgiven.
So migxa actually tried to stop the turret from going down by starting the fight, maybe even forcing Copenhagen Wolves to fight under this turret on very low HP, but the rest of SUPA crew were not in position to follow up because the ultimate was already used from Moopz, and Mimer was not in position, Evelyn was not in a position to actually join in, despite him stunning Forgiven.
I think they kind of expected the Explosive Cast to do a little bit more. It just literally did nothing. It hit the minions, which kind of dispersed, and then everybody just stood there and went, oh, is that it? Is that all you got? Let's fight this one.
Well, Copenhagen Wolves just did what they could. Actually finished off the turret before they even thought about killing migxa. Killed the turret, teleport came in, and they just turned the fight around with also a good binding from Unlimited to start everything.
So far, it is still a 90% kill participation for Amazing. 9 kills with 10 gone so far. YoungBuck happy to farm out this one in the top lane. We do see the Sunfire Cape off. Mimer was completed. He's going to stack that one into a build toward a Cutlass, heading towards that Blade of the Rune King. Still nothing for YoungBuck in terms of tankiness, but I feel he's probably sitting on a chunk of gold.
And there's 25 seconds for the next dragon. His teleport is on cooldown, so if he recalls here and runs towards the dragon, he will be there in time, but if he actually decides to return to the top lane, he won't be able to join in. Just like we saw last time where Super Hot Crew managed to pick it up. Yeah,
he's coming straight towards the dragon. The ping's gone down there from the Super Hot Crew. This may be the first team fight. Let's see who wants it. Ultimate's all available for everyone. And it is the Copenhagen Wolves that are going to move into the pit first.
And it's going to be all about Super Hot Crew and they engage. If they get Black Shielded when we have the stun coming in from the owner, they won't have anything to follow up with. But if they can manage to land on someone, they will be able to go in. We actually see them in fairly good position, but YoungBuck coming in from behind.
YoungBuck coming around the side, did not use the pillar. Actually could have. Oh, the kick on Moopz. Amazing goes in. Moopz goes down. Unlimited paying the price maybe. He's going to get caught out. Mimer's the one that gets the kill. The culling didn't work, but it's only catching on towards YoungBuck. That's another kill. It's going to be a Glitterlance catching on towards Mimer, in fact it was. Amazing. Well, he's there again, isn't he? Of course he is. It's migxa that goes down. It's a 3-for-1. And well, Copenhagen Wolves, they turn back the dragon. Impaler is still alive. He fancies trying to steal this one.
And just talking about Super Hot Crew having to engage, then Amazing comes in there, gets onto Moopz, kicks him into his team, and they instantly kill him. And the Solar Flare from the owner didn't actually manage to hit too much, so they couldn't lock someone down, and they only managed to get the 1 kill.
The only disheartening thing for me is Amazing's not using Bruce Lee Sin.
But notice here, he actually lands onto Moopz, he goes straight in. The rest of Copenhagen Wolves are ready to follow up, kicks him into the team. That was very short.
Well, that's because MrRalleZ is going at it with Forgiven, and that's not a fight you can win. Barrier may well have done it. Zap's not going to land. Impaler comes in. Can he turn this one around? He hasn't got the lifesteal he needs, and Impaler gets himself a 6th kill.
And once again, Impaler is there for the counter gang for Super Hot Crew. He's just been cleaning up every single time he had the chance. And MrRalleZ, they'd use both summoners, but they did get a kill onto Forgiven.
Yeah, it's a good counter. Forgiven maybe feeling a little overconfident. That's a potential danger for the Copenhagen Wolves when the game goes this way in their favor in the early stages.
And it's so weird to see them play this very aggressive style when they have been used to being so risk-free. We have seen Copenhagen Wolves being 10k gold ahead of Rocket and just dance around the Baron for 15 minutes waiting for Rocket to make a move. This game though, they're just constantly going for the fights and it's actually costing.
Well, so far the Copenhagen Wolves are looking strong. It's a 6,000 gold advantage just 22 minutes into this game, and they are now on the hunt towards this blue buff. You can see that Lich Bane, it is glistening pink on cowTard, and that means trouble for towers.
and the Lich Bane onto Lulu obviously gives more burst damage for her, more damage in general, and also your tower pushing potential with the Lich Bane is very, very strong. So if they get in position with both, oh, actually going in with migxa.
Oh, migxa goes in, but that Dark Shield doing work, and that's exactly why you take Morgana. migxa now in all sorts of trouble. Oh, but look at that, the Solar Flare's going to lock him down. The Explosive Cast will get the kill, but sure as hell, Amazing's back there once again. Now Impaler, he's the focus target. I don't think they've quite got enough to follow this one through, though.
But cowTard actually went into melee range of Leona. That's why he got stunned, and he couldn't even ultimate himself. Black Shield was on cooldown, and he actually ended up dying for it. Once again, they trade 1 for 1, but it's only the support going down for Super Hot Crew here, and cowTard a little bit too aggressive once again.
Well, the aggression is definitely flowing in these two teams. We thought this one may well be a slow finisher for the Copenhagen Wolves versus Super Hot Crew, but they have other ideas. So far, you can see it is 23 kills overall in 23 minutes. That's not a bad showing.
And let's see now what Copenhagen Wolves decide to do, because Dragon is gone. Obviously, the top turret is still alive because YoungBuck is staying up there to defend it. Mimer, he's trying to do his best to farm up. He might actually be caught out here by Amzing. Misses the Sonic Wave.
Well, that's unusual. He doesn't tend to. He is going to defend that pink ward, though. Not going to let that one fly down. Mimer's going to make sure he can try and get another hit on it. No, Sonic Wave does land, and Mimer forced back away by the jungler, who is actually equal on level footings. But now the rest of the team are coming around. YoungBuck comes in there. He's going to catch them at the side. cowTard joins this fight. He's catching on towards migxa. migxa tries to lock in there. migxa's been separated from his team. He goes down. Amazing comes flying in. Now the culling being used by the Super Hot Crew. They're trying to disengage. Forgiven finally joining the fight.
And that was only 4 members from Copenhagen Wolves who managed to pick up the kill to migxa here. Very good pillar from YoungBuck. Gets them a kill, and they can now push down here with both the Lich Bane on Lulu and of course Forgiven, doing a lot of tower damage.
They've got no solar flare to worry about. Amazing, using the smite, taking away the big wolf there. He's taking everything from the Super Hot Crew. The chompers go down, they catch Impaler, but it's the Mimer they're going to go for, and the Copenhagen Wolves are going to sink their teeth in towards it. There's the rocket coming through. Amazing gets himself out once again. The zap popping through, but it's another kill for the Copenhagen Wolves.
And they execute damage from the rocket, manage to get the kill onto Mimer, and Copenhagen Wolves, they're just staying around this turret. They want to see if they can get a little bit more pressure, and also notice the wards they have on the map here. Very good vision control into the jungle of Super Hot Crew, so they're feeling safe just pushing here.
This fight's going to have to go without Amazing, which means there's going to be no kills, and the Copenhagen Wolves should really be backing out of it.
No kills for them. It might actually end up being an issue for Copenhagen Wolves that there's so many kills onto this Lee Sin, because there's only so much you can do as one member. We see cowTard being 149. He does have his 2 main items. He needs the death cap, of course, but if he had gotten a few of those kills, he would have been in a lot better position. And now Super Hot Crew pushing up this mid lane because Copenhagen Wolves slightly out of position.
Yeah, a little out of position here. They are going to rotate back around here, and they're going to use that speed buff to try and get on towards migxa once again. He is just being picked on right now. The rocket's flowing through there. The culling coming out, but it's not enough. Oh, look at that. Amazing's back there. It's another kill. That's 9 kills for Amazing on Lee Sin. And Moopz, well, he's the next focus target. Amazing catches on the Sonic Wave. It's a double for Amazing.
And he was just waiting for the body slam from Moopz so you can follow him there. Had he activated the Q instantly, he would have done less damage because also it's an execute, and also Moopz could have body slammed away. It's a very nice play, and he didn't even use the ultimate.
The Amazing show from the Copenhagen Wolves is very much on. Mimer putting pressure on this top lane. He's actually getting countered. cowTard's heading up there, while the rest of the Copenhagen Wolves, they push, are going to take down this inner.
And Copenhagen Wolves are doing the right thing here. They want to get the turrets, because kills is one thing, but you need to get objectives. You need to get the turrets down to apply more pressure on the map to the enemy team, so they finally get his mid turret. We could possibly see them focus on Baron here, or maybe trying to catch out Mimer, who's stuck behind enemy lines.
The net is closing in on Super Hot Crew's Mimer. You can see they are hunting him right now. It's going to be unlimited to find him, and Mimer may try and fancy this one. Nope, Dark Binding just gets dodged out there. Super Hot Crew, they're going to try and take advantage. They're rushing for that mid lane. They're going to get the turret.
Finally, they also get the mid turret for them. Every single advantage they can get, they need it, and that's why they're going in here without any minions to just take down the turret.
Top lane was pushed by cowTard. He's managed to clear those minions back in their favor. Let's have a look at Amazing. What's he doing with all this money at the moment? Well, Randian's Omen almost completed. Got that more Malmortius earlier on as well.
So he's having some very good tanky stats. He's having some damage. The lower he drops, the more attack damage he gets from his more Malmortius. This simply also means the more HP he's going to stack here, it's going to at least make him be able to stay in the fights longer, being low, having more damage. And if he can execute someone with his Q then, and obviously the more Malmortius, it's very good for him. But he really needs to be there in every single team fight, or the rest of Copenhagen Wolves will be lacking something.
Well, that's the 3rd dragon for the Copenhagen Wolves. Blue buff will will be given across in a moment to cowTard if he ever comes across. He's making sure he gets every little last drop of that farm. Meanwhile, Amzing's just ready and waiting to go onto the white side. It's all yours, buddy. I'm off. I'm going to take this white down. So more gold for Amzing. cowTard himself, he's just going back. He got that Lich Bane early on along with the Athenes. What's he going to go with next? Is it going to be the Rabadons?
Death Cap is the normal route you want to go, so you simply have more damage also on your Lich Bane, and also you're scaling onto the shield and the ultimate. Very strong with Death Cap. Forgiven though, we didn't really talk too much about him, but look at his items. Last Whisper already got the next BF sword, so he's just so strong. And if he can manage to just stay in the back with the black shield, with the ultimate from cowTard, SUPA crew won't be able to kill him, and he's just gonna melt them.
And there's next to no tank items. Mimer's the only one with the Sunfire Cape. Actually, tell a lie. Randy Endowment is on Impaler, so that last Whisper is required. I was just thinking he's going to pretty much be doing true damage the whole way through. Baron being pinked out here by the Copenhagen Wolves. It's certainly a target that they could go for.
And Mimer is actually down towards this bot lane. He's not spotted out for Copenhagen Wolves, so they don't know he's nearby. But if he goes up with the turret, they might actually just try and give up the Baron and just try and push with Mimer here, or at least try and steal it with Moopz.
Well, it's a 4v4 in this mid. You can see the two top laners. YoungBuck's gone back to try and deal with him. And it's actually Mimer they're going to try and focus towards. He's pushing this inner turret, but the rest of the team are coming in. Amazing's coming around the side. YoungBuck's coming from the front. Not going to catch on towards him, though. He's going to back off.
But such a good move from the very mobile Shyvana, forcing Copenhagen Wolves to not push anything because they have to go and defend. So good move by him. If he can keep farming, he will be hard to deal with because Shyvana will become very, very tanky and also have a lot of damage in the late game.
Yeah, and they just warded out the blue buff as well, so they want to try and keep vision. So Super Hot Crew, they're not done and dusted. They may have caught cowTard out. No! That black shield perfectly timed there from Unlimited, stopping the solar flare.
And cowTard took no chances. He actually popped the ultimate onto himself before the stun landed, because if he got stun locked there, he wouldn't have time to do it before he died. So this time around, he plays it more safe at least.
Amazing, pulling out the Wolves for the Wolves. And Impaler, he is just off at the side here. And they kind of, I believe they caught vision. YoungBuck's chasing on this one. They want to get the pillar down. They have got it. Amazing comes in. It's going to be migxa. They're going to separate once again. The Darkbind is separates, catches on towards him. He has got flash, but it doesn't matter. He gets taken down. Explosive Cask just disrupting the kill, really. And it's not going to do a lot to stop them. Mimer jumps across, but what are you going to do when the Copenhagen Wolves are on this form?
But look how much Copenhagen Wolves actually invested into killing migxa. Morgana ultimate was used, the rocket was used from Forgiven, and also the kick from Lee Sin. So they are still starting the Baron, and meanwhile SUPA crew seems to just be pushing mid lane.
Taking advantage, they're going to try and take it down. Oh, Impaler's been caught out here. Are they going to follow through? The Chompers catches on towards him. Yes, they're not going to let him die. It will catch on towards him. It's Amazing once again that goes in there. The Baron will go down, but the middle turret, it's in perilous danger. The Copenhagen Wolves are going to rush towards this mid lane and keep the Super Hot Crew away.
And the mid turret didn't even go down, so perfect for Copenhagen Wolves. They got the Baron. They managed to kill the jungler, so there was no chance of him flashing over to actually steal it.
And now you can see the Copenhagen Wolves, they're pushing themselves. They're going to go down the mid lane. They're chasing out the Super Hot Crew. They're keeping them well away. They do land the zap on Moopz. Look how much damage that single zap did onto Moopz there. He absolutely got slaughtered by that one. Amazing. Oh, not going to catch the Sonic Wave this time around. And he now is got the team all chasing around him. The inner turret is the next focus for the Wolves.
Everything is perfect for them here. They have a good combo to both do damage to the turret, also siege, and also it's very hard to engage on them straight up. We actually need Impaler to more or less walk around them, coming from behind and then trying to go onto someone.
Well, Forgiven instead, just going to tank it up, and all that shield damage. He actually didn't need to step away. He could have probably tanked it a little bit longer. Just more cautious than migxa didn't engage with that Zenith Blade. And you can see the rockets from Forgiven. Long range poke on towards that tower. It's another inner turret for the Wolves.
And there's no chance for Super Crew to actually defend it. We see the shields onto Forgiven. He hits the turret. He doesn't even care. He can just do this all day long, and there's no chance for him to actually engage unless they can pop this black shield, and then we get the CC from migxa coming in. But then we also have a Mikael's onto Morgana to simply also stop some more of the CC.
Meanwhile, YoungBuck's just continuing to keep those lanes pushing. This time around, the top lane is being shoved in, and that, I feel, may well be the next focus for the Wolves. Once he's got that inner turret start to be pressured, the rest of the team, they're all backing off, they're all buying some items, and they're going to rotate back around there by the time YoungBuck gets to the tower.
Let's see what Forgiven is actually buying. He hasn't been back for a while. Maybe he can afford the Infinity Edge. He's recalling now. He did pick it up, so that is a lot of damage from Jinx on just everything she's doing.
So where do the Wolves go? It is going to be this top inner turret, and it is Mimer that's coming up to try and keep this wave at bay. They see YoungBuck in there. they've got to realize that the rest of the team are close by. Amazing is lingering. He really fancies this one. If anyone comes around this jungle, they're going to get caught out.
They did spot the 2 members of Copenhagen Wolves in the mid lane, so they know only 3 can actually be towards this turret, and also the blue buff. And let's see here, Impaler, he's staying around, and Mimer as well.
We do see YoungBuck being secure. Ooh, that binding so close. Blue buff has been picked up. That's been secured. cowTard's going to be having that one. And the rest of the Wolves with this Baron buff, they're pushing on towards the final inner turret.
And notice the position from Amazing. He wants to land his Sonic Wave, go in behind him and kick someone into the rest of the team.
He keeps landing on Mimer. It's not really the target they want. The Cologne being used, that's going to keep the wave at bay, but the turret has gone down. And the Copenhagen Wolves now have Super Hot Group pinned in their base.
And Super Hot Crew, they're forced to just try and engage. They just have to try an all-in fight, otherwise they're just going to lose turret after turret, and there's nothing else they can do than just go straight in.
That shield from Forgiven, from Amazing and Lulu, which is of course cowTard. You can tank out that turret, take a couple of hits, and if you put the black shield with it, oh, look at that zap. It's doing so much damage right now from Forgiven. If they can get someone, those chompers, if anyone steps on them, they are dead.
They're just going to get binded, and then they're stun locked for even longer time, and just going to die to all the damage from Copenhagen Wolves.
Doing almost 1,000 a hit with the rockets just 33 minutes in. That's a big problem. That tower's just being chunked down. Super Hot Crew, they're kind of helpless to this one. You can see migxa with those home guards. He's coming rushing out. He wanted to try and create a play, but there's just nothing they can do.
They just have to go. They need to try to engage. Here we go.
They're going in. The solar flare used. Amazing quickly goes in, and wow, migxa goes down in record timing. Mimer drops. That's the tankiest member. Moopz is going to get dropped as well. Oh, look at this. It is just Super Hot Crew being deleted from the game. It's like they didn't even exist, and the Copenhagen Wolves are going to push on through and take themselves the inhibitor. I think they're just going to take the game.
And such a strong performance. We actually did see the stun land onto cowTard, but it wasn't enough. Copenhagen Wolves were too strong.
Fantastic performance. The shields from Copenhagen Wolves, and honestly, I believe this may well be one of the fastest games ever from the Copenhagen Wolves. It has been a dominant performance. The Amazing show. 24 kills for the Copenhagen Wolves, 23 of them involving Amazing, 11, 2, and 12. Fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. He was everywhere in the early game. He set everything up, and while Impaler tried to counter gang, tried to keep up with him, got a lot of kills, it just wasn't enough. And the rest of Copenhagen Wolves wanted to slow down a little bit, didn't give up these 3 kills to Super Hot Crew. They just group up, got everything they wanted, got the Baron, and now also the game.
Well, fantastic performance, and what an end to the Super Week. It's a dismal showing though for the Super Hot Crew. Commiserations to them. They are 0-4 in Super Week. Not been a good few days for them, that's for sure. One they're going to want to forget. They have got themselves a week's break, of course, because we do have a delay while the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships is on, so they have to really collect themselves over that next week.
They really need to figure out something new, because people have predicted all their picks. That's why we had the Lulu pick as well for Copenhagen Wolves against the Gragas. They expected it from Moopz, and he had absolutely no chance in the lane against cowTard. And of course, the Lee Sin. Impaler doesn't play Lee Sin. It wasn't banned away by them, so they simply knew for Copenhagen Wolves side, they didn't even pick it in the first 2. They just waited. They just knew they could get it.
And it is actually a consistent problem to what we see with the challenger teams. They'll have one tactic, one sort of limited champion pool, maybe 2, maybe 3 champions. But when they get to the LCS, there's a lot of teams that can play multitudes of champions, multitudes of tactics, and that's when the problems really arise. And we've seen it so many times. I think back to, say, the Giants against All Authority. These teams had such a limited way of style, and maybe even, say, the Copenhagen Wolves when you were on them way back then, you know, the limited champion bombs. But thinking like the likes of Godbro can only play, what, 1, 2 champions in that top lane. How he played brilliantly on them, but if they get banned or taken away from them, they're suddenly in some hot water.
And that's what you need to do when you're this new team. You need to try and expand your champion pool, but not too much. Having about 3 or 4 champions per player is actually fine, unless, of course, you don't play them at the proper level. And that's where Super Hot Crew just need to step up their game. We need to see different champions from migxa. He was forced into this Leona pick. Even though we had Annie open, he doesn't really play it. Fresh was banned away, so he was forced to pick Leona. Easy counter pick for Copenhagen Wolves with the Morgana. Nothing he can really do in this game. He tried, but he just died 8 times when trying to actually engage. So we need to see, for some key members, different champions, expand your pool. Moopz as well is very predictable when he's picking the Gragas. We saw that he tried out Karfas, didn't work for him at all against the LeBlanc.
Yeah, that was not good. We do have a clip from the game, from some of those amazing plays. This one actually, of course, set up by Amazing, but it was that super mega death rocket across the map from downtown 10 minutes into the game. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, if we just bring it up, we actually noticed that we have a missed Sonic Wave by Amzing. One of the few he did in the game, but it simply meant instead, if we roll the clip, the red buff onto Impaler will be transferred over to the AD carry, and that is absolutely perfect. Notice first Sonic Wave actually missing, but then look at the rocket up here, all the way from the inhibitor, flying all the way down, hitting Impaler right in the back.
Right on the jaw, I feel is the phrase there. Fantastic stuff. And although our Super Week is drawing to an end, remember that you can all